Northeast Mississippi Community College proudly presents the longest-running community college podcast in the state of Mississippi, Tiger Talk. Tune in each week as Northeast President Dr. Ricky Ford talks about all things Northeast, from academics to career and tech to workforce and all things in between. It's Tiger Talk. And now, Northeast President Dr. Ricky G. Ford.
Good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to another session of Tiger Talk, where we try to keep everyone informed and up to date on things that are happening on the Northeast campus and also our satellite campuses in all of our five-county area. We have a lot going on. One thing that we could continue to work on is our agreement with Dr. Dennis here in Booneville, and also possibly our Baptist Healthcare concerning the free health services for our students and all of our employees. So we've already signed an MOU with Dr. Dennis, and we're moving forward with bringing Baptist into the equation as far as providing space and things like that for some of our nursing program. But primarily, our agreement with Dr. Dennis is to provide free health services for our students and our employees here on the Northeast campus, and this also affects our satellite campuses for all of our full-time employees and students at our satellite campuses in the New Albany, Ripley, Corinth, and Iuka. So we're looking forward about that and kicking that campaign off, and we're looking at beginning this for our students and employees on January of 2023. So you're going to hear more about this going forward when school starts this fall, and have a kickoff concerning this with a press release and a big day and a big thing for this. As we move forward into the fall semester, obviously one of the big things on everyone's mind is COVID, and it continues to come back into the picture. And I've said this many times, COVID is here to stay. It's going to be around for quite a while, just like the flu. We must learn to deal with it and navigate through it and keep ourselves safe as we move forward. So we're going to continue with rolling out plans for this summer and this fall as far as protecting our students, and a means of our students notifying their instructor that they are out and they are sick and they must go on quarantine, and making sure that the instructional process continues even if they go out with COVID. And speaking of COVID, we are beginning to enter into a COVID recovery period. For the past 2 years, we've experienced a lot of things that concerns COVID. We've altered our schedule. We've altered the way we do business and education. We've altered the way that we just live our lives. Some of these things are very, very good that we have done. And, of course, some of these would be the sanitary things that we have in place and the hygienic things that we have in place as far as combating the virus and any other viruses or bacterial infections that we might have. I think that some of the things that we have put in place with COVID has helped to deter a lot of those, because we've seen a reduction in a lot of different illnesses that have come along during COVID. And of course, along with the good things that come along with COVID as far as the habits and things like that, there's also some characteristics and things that have come along that have not been so good, especially in the area of education. We've created a lot of concerns and a lot of questions, and are our students getting the preparation that they need to go into the workforce and continue the education journey toward a higher degree at some of our IHL institutions? So we've got to ask ourselves the question, has COVID created some disadvantages for our students by some of the things that we have put into play for COVID, such as telework, working from an off-campus location? Are we providing the instruction that we actually need if that student was sitting in the classroom? And, I've got to answer that question that in a way, some ways it has helped. Some way our students are better students by way of online and distance education caused by COVID. But then again, some of our students are not better students. So what I'm saying is that if we have face-to-face classroom situations, we cannot convert those lecture classes into an online class just because we don't feel comfortable coming to class, or because we developed an attitude that, hey, I don't want to go to class today, I just want to teach from home, those type things. And I think those are the habits and some of the things that we have allowed to come into our way of doing business as far as education goes and instruction. So we're going to dive deeply into all of our career tech programs, all of our academic programs to make sure that we are actually teaching the class. And then we're going to take a deep dive into all of our terminal degree programs with our career tech, especially the programs that end here at Northeast. And we're going to consult very closely with our employers that hire our people to determine if the students that they're getting from Northeast Mississippi Community College are capable of doing what they expect them to do when they come on the job. Or are our students performing at a high level when they go to a university, to one of our IHL institutions? So as we look at the disadvantages and some of the not so good characteristics that COVID has created, then we're going to address those. And then we're going to address the students' success rates and success in the workplace when they come along. So we're getting some indication from our students, from our employers, that the students that we're putting out into the workplace, some of them simply are not performing at the level that they need to in the place of business. So we're going to really take a deep dive into examining, and it's not to point anything out on any particular program or any particular instructor. It's to making sure that our students are able to perform. And I'm sure that all of our instructors and all of our employees want our students to be able to perform in the workplace when they graduate. So we're going to be moving forward into those things, and also keeping our protocols available for COVID going into the final semester of summer school, and then again into this fall, to make sure that our students and all of our people are safe. We do have open registration is continuing for the fall semester. So if you know anyone out there who is looking to enroll in school, or is looking to enhance their degree, or get a training for a job in a career tech program or a certificate program, please have them to reach out to us and get registered for the fall semester. We do have some things scheduled for the iPad handout for our students. Will be August the 8th through 12th, and you'll hear more about that as that time gets a little bit closer. So we have a lot of things happening. We have a lot of planning that's being taking place now for our in-service programs, our mini conferences that would take place, and the schedule that we currently have in place is that Monday and Tuesday, the 8th and 9th of August, we will have mini sessions and professional development that all of our employees will be able to choose from and go and listen to things that pertains directly to them. And then on Wednesday, the 10th, we will have a very short in-service meeting with all of our employees, 45 minutes to an hour, where we'll go over any updates that we might have, and then give me an opportunity to address all of our employees about the upcoming year and some things that are happening, and introduce all of our new employees that we have on campus, and also some employees that have changed positions and taken on new roles and responsibilities going into this fall. So we're excited about the things that are going on, the things that are happening, and in the direction that we're headed, and we're just going to take a deep dive into everything to examine it, to make sure that we are actually doing some good things for our students, and we're putting out a product that can be successful in the global workforce. So again, some more things coming up next week on Tiger Talk, so stay tuned for that. We do have some construction updates really quickly here. Our outdoor classrooms have been completed. There's some finishing touches going on with those right now. Then we'll have to get some outdoor furniture and things like that to go underneath them that can be used for various purposes for our students and for our classes and for our student activities. Our MDOT project is nearing completion. We're still waiting on parts for the crosswalks, those type things. Phase 3 will begin very, very shortly. We're spending some money and doing some work on the roof in New Albany, getting that up and going and preventing some leaks and things like that. So there's always a lot going on at Northeast Mississippi Community College, and we're happy to share all these things with you. And remember, the Northeast could not be the premier institution it is without the great employees that we have. So thank you all. Thank you all so much for what you do for Northeast and what you do for our students. And most importantly, thank you all for what you're going to do going forward into the future. So again, ladies and gentlemen, as always, let's go Tigers.
Go Tigers is right, Dr. Ford. Thank you for listening to this week's Tiger Talk podcast. Special thanks to Northeast President Dr. Ricky G. Ford and Michael H. Miller for putting this podcast together. If you or someone you know wants to further their education through academics, career and technical programs, or even continuing education and workforce, give Northeast a call at 1-800-555-2154. Tiger Talk is brought to you by Northeast Mississippi Community College. For more information about Northeast, visit www.nemcc.edu or follow the college on various social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.